What's up, everybody? My name is Craven, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video. And in today's video, we will be working on planning out and maybe, just maybe, building out a few houses for my area over here. And pretty much what I have been doing in the meantime, since basically I've been kind of like figuring out what we want to do with our area here. And I'm kind of thinking that what we are going to end up doing is we are going to need to actually do a few things today, because pretty much what is going on at this point is I have a lot of builds that are over here. But if we kind of look over here, it's more barren, and over there we have a lot of stuff that's planned. I think that we're going to get back to those builds in the next video, and we're probably actually going to start filling up all of these here too, because I know that at this point, I believe we are on either episode 17 or 18 at this point, and it would definitely, most definitely help if we had those resources. And what I mean by that is I have a lot of stuff that is left over from just playing around, and honestly I kind of feel like I should actually utilize all of the resources I have right now to fix up the areas that we have and kind of beautify them so that they don't actually look terrible. So what I know is that this area, I think that there isn't necessarily going to be a build up here. It might actually be that it could come out here. Like, honestly, there could actually just be like one or two builds right here. And I mean, honestly, I would say let's go for it, because I mean, why not go for something that might actually work? And I mean, it might end up blocking off that airway there a little bit, but I mean, I would say go on ahead and do what you can do here. And it's not necessarily going to be a massive build to where it like fully blocks everything, but my goal is to make builds at least for the rest of this area here. I want to make a lot of builds that are more or less decorative, because it gives me a lot more possibilities, and it doesn't just keep me to one area. And I do think that I want to keep a little bit of this area, but I do want to build out an area here. So let's just get rid of this little area here, and I don't know how far we're really gonna go, because we do have a lot of stuff actually building up for this area. I'm more or less trying to get a little bit of like, I'm trying to get more builds around here so it's not feeling too barren. And that way I think that's going to happen is just building builds where it feels natural. And I don't want to bring away too much of the area, because it would probably not make sense to do that. And plus, what we could end up doing here is I do think we could actually have like a little tiny house here. And I mean, I think that could actually really work out, because this would be the entrance here, and then we could have the other part of it come over here, so it fills up all of that area. And what's gonna happen is once we plan out builds like this, I could actually, well, I know I want to build something up here too, so we got to do that too. So let's just kind of play hokey pokey and try to build up enough of these. And I mean, it might end up being that we have some diagonals too, because I mean, why not? And I mean, it would make it for a lot more of an entertaining area too. I don't think, well, actually what we could do is we could just do like a little build like this, and it could very much be like a little hut for it. I just have to really like plan everything out over here because it's so it's not interesting per se, it's just really outgoing and more or less unique for these areas, and I'm not trying to build anything that's out of my comfort zone. And I mean, honestly, this would be a house right here. Okay, the charger for the computer disconnected, which is odd. There we go. Back charging. Okay. So what I'm pretty much thinking is, I do believe that I want to make a video that's mainly focused on building these decorative builds. And I do know that we probably do need to go to sleep, so we should do that. And I actually do see another area where it would help to have some builds at, and it's that part over here that is like leading behind here. So this area kind of does scream a build or two. So we're gonna start it right here. So I'm building a lot smaller for these decorative like builds here, so that we can have a lot more area filled up, and it's not feeling really so it wouldn't feel really restricted to the area that we have. And it might end up being that we do actually have some rows that connect here, but I don't think it would be terrible. It would just kind of be a little bit interesting. So then, so carrying on with everything else here, I think we should have a little bit of a divot here, so we have that little bit of an area to kind of walk there. And then I would say put the build right there, and then it can connect up like this, so it looks like it's connecting up to the ground. And then maybe I don't think we want to build another one here. I think we might just add trees here, but I do want to go on ahead and get rid of some of this, this grass here, because that way I can kind of like fully see where we can actually place down the rest of the builds. And then I think, at least just for this area, because I do think that it's going to end up being that we're going to have a lot of stuff building up over here, I think. And I think we might actually, we might benefit from building a, actually, why don't we build a diagonal build? Right here. So I'm going to start to outline these things here. So just so that y'all can kind of see that, hey, this is where it's going to be. And then I think the entrance would really and truly be right there. So that's 2 builds there for that area. I do think we might actually run out of blocks if we plan a lot of builds, but if we don't, then we might actually have enough. So this is that, and then I think we do have a lot of builds over here too, so let's just kind of plan this out the right way. And I don't exactly know if I have enough resources, or at least I don't know where my other pickaxes are, but I do. Well, okay, what happened was I think I lost them last video. Yeah, because I lost it last video during all of that stuff with the skeletons and all of that. Like, it just kind of took its course. So we are going to need a pathway to kind of connect up there, but yeah, and that should be good there. So we have one. Okay, so if we go into free cam, how much of how many builds do we have planned right now? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 over there. I do actually want to plan out builds over here. And I think we might have one final build right here. So that's why, like, the thing's going over there. So let's hit back in here. And I do want to take a second, because I might actually need to go back down to the depths. So I just need to kind of like figure this out here. So we're gonna go to right there, and then it's gonna go to right. It's gonna go to right around here, most likely. I'm just kind of more or less building out plans for future builds, because I'm more or less looking for this to be a cohesive area. So that's what I'm at least thinking about. And I think I actually have 3 diamonds for this stuff. Actually, I just remembered I actually have 3 diamonds, I'm pretty sure. And then we're going to bring it back to right there. And then we're going to bring it up here. And then I would say going ahead and build back to right around here, probably. I'm just more or less thinking about all of the build ideas we could have working for this area. So this is one build right here, and that actually went way too far back. I did not mean for that to go back right there. It just kind of placed it there. And then I think we're going to cover up this area, but we're not going to cover it up quite yet. What we're going to do first, though, is I want to plan out the last build over here. And it's going to be the whole, this is going to be the the Shabakal area. That's like more or less, hey, you have a build here. utilize it. And I think it might end up being like a storage, like it might be a factory, honestly. I'm trying to like really think about the best idea for this build to end up being. And I could bring back the floor back a little bit here. I don't want to bring it back so much, but I do want to kind of just bring it back enough. And I know I'm using my fist for this, but I don't really have a major problem with just doing this right now, because I mean, I'm thinking what's going to happen is I'm going to build a build like the pub, but it's not going to be a pub. It's going to be something else. It's going to be something more dynamic and usable, I'd say. So it's going to go up around 3, and then it's going to go up around 3. It is going to be somewhat the same design, but it might not be at least like close to it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're reaching into that area now. So I would say 1, 2, 3, and then there, and then, well, it's a lot smaller. 1, 2, 3. It's just mainly in the same design. That's all it is. Oh, okay, so that's actually wrong. And I just did that on accident. Okay, and I just did that on accident too. Oh my gosh, I am honestly all over the place today. So now everything should be equal, and I think I want to bring this up by about 3. That way, the pathway can go on ahead and lead to this, because I don't think we're going to end up building anything over there. And if we do, what I could do is I could bring the pathway out there, and I think it might honestly just be that we cover it up with trees over there so that it doesn't kind of confuse anyone, pretty much. And I'm thinking what we could do too, though, is we could go on ahead and let's just, I don't know if I should actually have a build that's reaching that. I'm thinking what we do is we actually bring it against here, and we just, well, I could actually bring it higher than what it is right there, and it could just be a little bit different. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to need any more areas there. I do want to kind of look at it, though, when we get done, because I want to see how much we have right now. At least with the fact that we have all these different builds. And I want to just count how many, because I'd like to have enough of the area filled out over here. So going into free cam, let's kind of fill this out right now. So I think we could add one more right there. Nothing else could be added right here, I think. This area is fine. I don't want to expand it that way, but I could at some point. But, I mean, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think, hold on a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 over there. I could add a few builds over here. 17. Okay. I think that would honestly fill up all of this area here. And I think we could end up adding like another build over there, but for now what I want to do is I want to fill out the area over here, and this way we actually have a lot of stuff to do. And then I probably do need to actually go for a quick mine, because I do want to make sure that we actually have enough resources for when we do all this other stuff. So first things first, we're going to build a build right here. Oh, come on, dude. That was cruel. That was cruel. So then there's going to go there, and then it's going to go to right here, I think. No, it's got to go back a little bit further. It's got to go to right here. Yes, because that lines up with that. So then that's going to be there, and then I think what we can do is we can actually build something right here. It can go back that far over to around there. I'm more or less keeping everything like cohesive, more or less, I think. So let's go on ahead and build out this. I did not mean to do that. I do think we might actually have more deep slate. We possibly could have more. I'm not exactly 1000% sure, but I just know that we have like that could actually be interesting. So that's building 1, and I do think we are going to definitely need a lot more resources. I'm just now like noticing, and I don't exactly, I definitely will need at least a few builds over there. So it's just going to be a little bit of a like, will this, won't this work, I guess. And I'm going to have like a lot of stuff to fill out here. So this is mainly like, today's video I think was a better paced one, because I think we're pacing it a lot better because we're not actually like doing too much, but also it doesn't feel like we're overtaking anything, I guess. And I'm honestly just feeling like I'm working a little bit different too. So let's do this, and I don't know how this is all gonna work, but I do want to go on ahead and I want to just outline this area. I know it has some sand here, but honestly, so be it. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just really inconvenient. I guess it could be inconvenient. It's probably more inconvenient than anything that I've really fully done in a while, so I will say that. And why am I like filling this up like that? I don't know, guys. My mind's just like thinking that we have like all of this all these resources to utilize, and I mean, we do have all these resources to utilize, but it's just really just a struggle with making sure all of this kind of works out, I guess. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, except like maybe I just need to kind of like focus in on making sure I'm doing fine with this, which I do think what we can do right now, since we have most of it covered up, is let's go on ahead and build up the 3x3 here that we need to do, and then this can just kind of lead into this, and that way I can go on ahead and have that area done. And I mean, now I do know that I will probably be able to add a bigger build here, which I could actually add a bigger build here too. Like, I could add another one of these. I'm thinking what these could actually be is like an inn or something. Honestly, that could be what those turn out to be. Because, I mean, it wouldn't make the most sense for it to be something else. And, I mean, we already have so many other builds. Why not go on ahead and utilize that? And what I'm actually kind of thinking we end up doing is, I don't know if we're going to have enough time to go mining, because I do have something I need to get to later. But if we can at least go on ahead and finish up this and lay out the last build, I think we should be fine. And what I can do is, in between videos, before we start actually building these, we can go on ahead and do that. Or what I could do, honestly, is just utilize the rest of like the wood we have and build some of the builds out of it. Okay, that did not necessarily help, but it's okay. I'm probably gonna need more still. I'm probably gonna need a little bit more than just this. At least, I think so. I don't know exactly 1000%, but I just know that it would probably help if we had more than this. And I mean, right now we have all of this side and all of this side to turn out here, and we only have 61 pieces in our inventory out of I don't know how much left. So that's the main thing I'm thinking about, is how much do we actually have left to use. And it doesn't look like we have a lot of it left. So what we probably will end up doing here is, okay, I do need to actually eat real quick because I did lose a lot of my stamina. So that is a thing. So I got my stamina back, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get the last of the resources that we need, go to bed, and then I think what we will probably end up doing here is, I don't actually think I need to actually worry about it so much as I'm actually thinking about it, because I mean, it is a lot of stuff. But I mean, so be it. And do I have deep slate in this build over here? Do I have deep slate over here? I have some. It's not a lot. But I mean, we have deep slate related blocks there, so I mean, why not actually use them instead of not using them? Right? I mean, it just feels weird not to use the blocks that we should be using, I guess. So I mean, yeah, I've just gotta, I think what really needs to happen is I really just need to like fully devote everything to right now, I guess. And I think really we have, I really want to see how much we have when we get back to over here, because I think we might actually need to get more depending on how much is left. I mean, I'm not saying about these. I think we might actually not, and I don't think we will end up outlining more of the builds anymore, at least for a time being, because I think we have run into a point where it's like you're pretty much like filling out areas of this, and it's I don't know. I'm just thinking about all of the stuff that we could do in this area to fill it up. And I do think we're not gonna, the build is not gonna be super close to that. So it's just gonna be that we're gonna have, like, we're gonna have to get rid of a lot of this, like, grass here, because it is kind of getting on my nerves, and I want to actually see where we could place everything for this build. So this would start around here. It's going to have a three-way entrance again. It's going to have a three-way entrance, because I do think the three-way entrance is a pretty good staple for the area. Maybe actually we'll make it 4 this time, because it might actually be a little bit of a different build. And what we could actually do, since that's the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, I mean, it's definitely going to reach to that. So it is different though. So I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually that could work. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so doing it, it's gonna go back 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. So then we should have another bit then here that it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would go back to around there, I'd say. So yeah, and I just need to like get rid of all of these blocks here, because these are the things that are going to be in the way of this. So that's what I'm thinking about, is like it not being in the way. I mean, it being in the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes right there, and that right, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It could actually be that what we just do is like I think that this might just be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think this would be the best, because I think that way we have a build that ends up covering up the area, and it's not too much, I'd say, I guess. So what would that, how many builds would that make us have? So if we go to F4 and look at it, that would be 1 right there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 in all. And I don't think we're going to actually add a build right there because it would clash with this. So we have 24 builds over here. And I'm thinking what we could do is we could actually split this up into 2 different videos. Or we can split it up into 3 different videos. We could do these 3 in one build in one day. These 2 in one video. All of these in one video. And then all of these in one video. Or actually what we could do is we could keep the bigger builds for their own videos. But then I don't know. I'm just thinking about it because we also do have to bring the pathway over here, and that will make room for a lot more builds over here. And I might actually utilize what we did over here and put some of the stuff over here so it is outlining the area so it's not feeling super out of it. But I would honestly say, for planning out a lot of builds, this is pretty good. We got done with a lot of stuff, and there is still a lot of stuff to get done. I do think we might actually could probably... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I do think we are going to end up utilizing some of the jungle wood for this too, so that way we can actually have a mix of different builds here and it's not like super confusing. So yes, and I do think that I don't exactly know what we will do with the other videos, with the other areas right now. I don't know what I'm honestly even saying. Besides the factor of I'm playing this game for this game, and that should very well be placed right here. So two, and then there. So then that's that. Let's go on ahead and do it over here too. So that's 1, 2, and then there. And I do think having unique builds for these areas is definitely going to help this area feel a lot more alive. And I do think we're going to leave those 2 not built up probably. So we have more builds to attend to though. Okay, so that works there. And then we should have a few of these up here. So 2, 3. So I do think that we're gonna end up building it to where it's right there. So then let's see how many we have left to outline here. So we've gotten all of these done over here. And I'm kind of thinking that what we could do, since we do have a lot of like deep slate and tough builds over here, this area can be a mix of the deep slate and jungle wood builds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. 5 left and then we're done. So let's get these 5 built up real quick. And I don't know exactly if we're gonna have enough anyway. We could actually go back to the area over there and grab more, so that might be what we end up doing. But for right now, I would honestly that would actually be 2 wide, not 1 wide, because that would make it be that we could actually I don't actually know. That actually is weird. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh my gosh, Craven. Build actual builds here, Craven. Come on. Okay, so that should be the last build over there. How did... Oh, it wasn't a 2 wide like that. I can fix that though. I'll fix it up. But I do want to kind of say that I think that our last 2 builds right there will end up being the it'll probably end up these 2 builds right here will end up utilizing the deep slate bricks, because that way we know that, hey, we've got this area figured out. We have a more of a gradient of deep slate and jungle wood, and it's not like super confusing to anyone else. And what I'm thinking that we could actually end up doing, okay, so I do know that we need to do this, so I'm going to build this build to where it does work out. So it's going to go diagonal, diagonal, and then diagonal. Wait, hold on. It would start. So if we do it right there, and then do it right... No, that would have to go back 1, actually. This would actually have to go back 1. So doing is that, and then 1, 2, 1. Okay, that's not right. 1, 2 there. So I actually need another bit of logs then. Okay, so I would say let's go on ahead and grab more from our little area here over on this side, and then we can come back and outline the last build, and we might actually end up doing this and do another one of them too. I just got to kind of look at it here. So we'd have this, and then we'd also have this. So I think we would pretty much probably have enough anyway for it. So I think we will go on ahead and outline those builds too, because I mean, we're gonna have, I think it's gonna be it's definitely gonna be a gradient of the few here, because it is like a big factor of fixing everything so it's not confusing, I'd say. and that way we're not uber confuzzled. So yeah, there's another one of these. So it is kind of a little bit weird because you have to kind of like do it differently. But now let's go on ahead, and I would say that the bigger builds will be more of this. So let's see how all of this turns out to be utilizing it. So I just want to kind of go on ahead and build this up since we have it. And I mean, also it makes for a great like planner for everything. And we can actually see that, hey, these are the builds. Don't disturb it, I'd say. Yeah, because I mean, what's the problem with doing this anyway? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I'm just thinking about a lot of different things and making everything so more, I'm making it more unique out of it. And yes, I do think that we could end up yeah, so I do notice how we don't have these little areas. So then let's go on ahead and mine out this one, and then mine out that one. Go there, and then go there. That way we know that, hey, these are the supports for the build. And it also helps to note that it might not be confusing. And what happened to the apples? Oh, hold up. That's not right. That's not right. This is not right. Because I completely forgot that we had more to this build. So, yeah, let's do this, and then let's go on ahead and utilize this. So, there we go. There we go. That works. So, alright. Well, guys, let's go on ahead and head back to base here, and then I want to show y'all everything complete, and then we can go on ahead and end the video. Before I go on ahead and go, I hope y'all have enjoyed today's video. If y'all want to see more, consider subscribing, leaving a like. I greatly appreciate it, because it shows me that y'all actually enjoy my videos, and shows me that I should continue. So that's a good thing. But let's look at this, and then I will let y'all go. So pretty much what we have right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I'm counting it from here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We have 23 buildings on this side to get built up. And then over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think 12 on this side. So that's going to happen there. And then we're going to also be adding more over here too at some point. But this would honestly be where we would be for right now. So I would honestly say this has been a successful planning out building video. So on that note, I'm going to actually do something real quick. I'm going to take the thumbnail real quick, and then we are going to go on ahead and go. So on that note, I hope y'all have enjoyed today's video. If y'all want to see more, consider subscribing, leaving a like, and I greatly appreciate it. But in the meantime, I'll see y'all in the next one. So, goodbye.